Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to Need for Speed. I am Chanel Power, the founder and CEO of the Mentorship Collective. And today we have a very special guest. Very special guest. We'll get into it in just a moment. But before we do so, I want you to go ahead and share this broadcast. Go ahead and let folks know that we are live on YouTube and on LinkedIn as well. As you are coming on in and letting us know where you all are tuning in from, please go ahead and let us know in the comments. Okay? I see you, MJ. I see you, Dom. We're so excited for each and every one of you. Hey, Yasmin. Hey, welcome. So make sure you all go ahead and share this broadcast. Let the folks know. Again, welcome back. I definitely want to give you all some context for those who may not know about what we do, or you might have just discovered or stumbled upon this event or this broadcast, or maybe even this YouTube replay. I am, again, Chanel, the founder and CEO of the Mentor Collective, and the Mentor Collective is closing the Black wealth gap by providing opportunities for folks in the Black community to access careers in tech, right? We do that in three ways, right? We provide personalized mentorship, we provide talent sourcing partnerships, and we also have these amazing dynamic events so that you all understand what is available to you, what opportunities are available to you, what career paths you all can choose as well, right? So it's important for you all not only to have interest in coming into tech, but knowing what kind of decisions to make when you think about what roles work for you and how you can leverage your background in this space as well. So we are very excited. I'm not sure if you know, but we are hosting our very first in-person tech summit. We had a virtual tech summit last year, but in person we will be having the Apex Tech Summit happening in Atlanta. So throw some fire emojis in the chat if you all are very excited. We are very excited about this. This is our opportunity to show up for our community and making sure that we are providing an accessible tech experience, okay? We're removing financial barriers, we're removing social barriers, we're removing economic barriers to make sure that you have optimal access to starting your career. We'll have talks, workshops, panels, fireside chats. We'll have after-hour activities at venues like Top Golf, Bowling, and even Escape Night. So we're so excited. We will be also entertaining a founders pitch competition to put more money into the pockets of Black founders as well to support. We will also have Black businesses and vendors there as well. So we're excited. We're excited to bring you all things Apex, and it will be like a culmination of all things MMC from this entire year. So if you are interested in coming to the Apex Summit, I'm going to go ahead and drop it in the chat for you all to go ahead and visit. It is the Apex Summit.org, and you will be able to get your free ticket, okay? You all can visit the apexsummit.org, and you all can go ahead and get your free ticket, okay? We did speak earlier about our fellowship program, our free mentorship program. Right now, we are currently partnered with the Microsoft, Miro, and the Barron Review to provide folks opportunities to jumpstart their careers in design and user research. So if you are looking for career coaching and also technical coaching, and you're looking for an accessible way to jumpstart your career, please go ahead and visit our website at mentormecollective.org/fellowship, and we'll be able to go ahead and have you fill out our application for our next cohort in 2023. Second thing I want to chat about is referrals, okay? We all know how far a referral can go, and sometimes conversations are just very awkward. We want to remove that awkwardness from prohibiting you to jumpstarting your career again, and so we have created a Referral Zone. If you go ahead and go to this link right here in the screen, it will take you directly to our Referral Zone that hosts over 30 plus companies from folks in our community that are just so excited to give you a referral. You don't have to have an awkward conversation. You don't have to feel like you have to make someone like you. None of the things, okay? We already love you. We already support you. We already believe in you. So just go ahead and believe in yourself by submitting a referral, okay? We have companies like Apple, Atlassian. We have companies like Netflix. We have Pinterest. We have American Express, we have BD, we have Yelp, we have Accenture, we have all of the things. So please go ahead and visit our referral zone at bit.ly/MMC-refers. Okay. And we look forward to having you and seeing you all there. All right. So if you have been to an event and you possibly was like, man, I can't believe I missed it. You know why? It's because you're not subscribed to our text campaign. So make sure you are subscribed to our text campaign by texting MMC to 866-901-1914. Again, MMC to 866-901-1914. We do not spam you all. We only literally text you when we go live once a month for our series like this, because we will know that a lot of folks have questions. We have a lot of comments that come up after and like, man, I wish I could have asked this question live. So please go ahead and lean into that with us. Now you might be wondering and saying, man, this is all incredible. I wish I had an opportunity to get involved. Well, you can. We have opportunities for volunteers. So please feel free to visit this link right here. It just makes it simple. It takes you back to our website specifically for our appointments or our meetings. But we wanted to make it very simple for you all to just remember. So if you visit bit.ly/MMC-team, you will have an opportunity to see all the vacancies that we have open, and feel free to apply for the ones that best suit your background and your passion as well. Okay, so again, very much looking forward to having each and every one of you be a part. If you have any specific questions or if you want to connect with us in any kind of way, please go ahead and email myself at Chanel@mentormecollective.org. Again, that is Chanel@mentormecollective.org. All right, so who is excited about our wonderful guest today? I know I am looking forward to it as well, and I see MJ is too. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up the lovely guest of the hour, the most amazing Ty.
Hello. Thank you for having me here. Hello, everybody.
Hello. We are so excited to have you. Listen, okay, Black woman in automotive tech, doing the thing, doing it as an engineering business manager, insane. And then on top of that with NASCAR. So you got to give us the whole tea, okay?
Yes.
Of how you got here. What did it take? Is this something you even wanted to do originally? But as you are here, how are you enjoying that process? So we're excited to dive in. I'm going to go ahead and hand on over the stage to you. So over to you.
Okay, sounds good. Again, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and supporting the Mentor Me Collective. I was so honored to be extended the invitation to even come and talk to you all about my life and what I do. So as Chanel mentioned, I am the engineering business manager for General Motors Motorsports. That means that I am involved in all things racing with any GM branded vehicle. That's Chevy, that is Cadillac, that is our GMCs, all of that good stuff. Anything that's under the GM umbrella, that's me in motorsports. So what I'll do first is I'll introduce myself just so you get to know a little bit about me outside of engineering, and then I will dip into my life as an engineering business manager. And I really want to make this as interactive as possible. So open it up for any questions that anyone may have, and of course, give you access to me. So my full name is Tajon Robinson. I go by Tay, and I'm originally from Youngstown, Ohio. If anybody knows Youngstown, it is very, very small. That is my hometown. That is my city. So I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, the east side to be specific. And I currently reside in Charlotte, North Carolina. As far as education, I have an associate's degree in liberal arts and social sciences. I have a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering, and I have a master's degree in lean manufacturing with a concentration in operations management. When we go and talk about industry and your profession, I tend to not sit still. That's just who I am. It's always been who I am. So for my profession, I am an engineer. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a tutor, and I'm a mentor. And yes, I say mentoring is a profession because it is that near and dear to my heart. Even though we do it for $0, it's literally one of the purposes that I was granted with and that I plan to continue to fulfill. My hobbies include dancing, baking. Yes, I'm like a grandma. I like to bake cookies and give them away. I enjoy reading as well as just making others happy. So a little bit about me outside of corporate, the danceneer. That is me. I am the dancing engineer. And what I want everyone to keep in mind, anyone that I talk to, I always say, the only choice you have to make is the choice to be great, because I do both. So outside of engineering, I am the owner of the Pop-Up Series, nonprofit organization in which we work to promote a healthy lifestyle while having fun through dance. So we do hip hop and heels, different types of Zumba, hip hop aerobics, chair aerobics, line dancing, hustle. We create these courses or these workshops basically to be able to help people reach their healthy well-being and reach their health goals by having fun. It does not have to be a drag to be healthy. And it is very important, especially for the African American community, that we keep up on our health. So I believe it is my job through my nonprofit to provide resources to those who are trying to reach health goals, who are trying to do better within their life, and to also provide a judgment-free platform for people to truly be able to reach their full potential and their goals. When I say health, I'm talking mental, physical, emotional, and financial health. And I do that. Everything that I do within a Pop-Up Series, all money raised goes towards our annual youth leadership camp. So I had launched it last year. It was Sass Class and Pizzazz. And I am going to host it again this year, come October, in my new home area of Charlotte. So very excited for that. But just allowing our young people to see that we are out here. Professionals out in the world that look like them, people who may have never thought that they would go anywhere, but they are going somewhere. We're out here and we're ready to give them the tea, to give them the recipe to success that we found thus far, although we're still growing ourselves. Moving over into engineering, I have a full career in automotive. So I've been with General Motors since 2016. Again, originally from Ohio, I was relocated to Michigan, where I worked at the Warren Tech Center, and I was a specification analyst for chassis and thermal systems. I was a validation engineer for interior garnish trim. I was a issue resolution team co-chair, and I helped to launch the Cadillac CT6 in 2019. I was a design release engineer for HVAC modules, and I had the best car that GM has, which is the Corvette. And I am currently the engineering business manager for GM Motorsports. That means I have NASCAR, IMSA, IndyCar, Cadillac Racing, Extreme E Racing. Anything that has to do with a car going fast, that's my team. So what is it like in the world of engineering business management? I will tell you, no 2 days are the same. And funny enough, that's just how I like it. As an engineering business manager, and I will say I am the first African-American female in GM Motorsports. We have been racing forever. We've been in those races. Cadillac, Chevy has been here and has done so much, but they've never had a Tay. And now I'm here. So I'm using this opportunity to be able to share as much as possible and be able to provide as many resources as I can to continue to grow and diversify our motorsports organization. The talent is there. We're going to get it. Responsibilities for me is really about managing a team. So when you think about racing, you see the cars going fast, going around the track, fast, but nobody really sees the engineering that goes behind. So I am able to support engineers. And when I say engineering support, I mean testing, data, scheduling, strategy, all of that good stuff. I get to work with each of the leaders within my area who are dedicated to certain specific groups to better understand what it takes to continuously improve our vehicles. In addition to that, I lead team initiatives, which means I am working with these leaders and these key partners who are coming together to say, all right, this is what the results are that we have here. How can we do this with this team and make this better? Bringing everybody together as one is really one of the key functions within my role. Project management, of course, is included. So visibility on project status, estimated completion, is really making sure that people do what they need to do and on time. So we work to, of course, provide a quality product and in the safest manner, especially when we have our drivers out on that racetrack going 200 miles an hour and more. We also, in this role, I maintain and forecast budget. So I am able to not only see the engineering side when we talk about aerodynamics, or we talk about strategy, or we talk about tire optimization, I am able to look on the business side and see, okay, what money do we have allocated to continue to build this? What area were we struggling in and we can give more resources to in order to improve here? What areas are we excelling in and we can scale back to help out areas that we're not? It's a lot of problem resolution that's happening within the area, but all in business. I am a single point of contact for teams and partners, as I mentioned before, both internal and external. We work within our team to create that vehicle, to provide those resources to our key partners and to our external teams, race teams who are out there actually physically putting the rubber to the road. And just like I said it before, we have continuous improvement, talent acquisition, which is a huge thing for me. And another reason why I'm so excited to be here, because I get to help with attracting and retaining talent within this area. I get to help with sharing those resources that say, hey, we have internships available. We have positions that are open that we are looking to fill, especially with diverse candidates. A lot of times, those roles are not filled with diverse candidates just because we don't know that they exist. There's a lot of times that we are missing something just because the word is really not out there or really not reaching the right people. So hopefully, this session will help us to be able to extend our reach and get some people who are eager to learn and ready to work into the motorsports area within General Motors. And then I also lead diversity, equity, and inclusion within motorsports. And that is overall to help lead GM to be the most inclusive company in the world. That is our goal. From our CEO, Mary Barra, all the way down, we want to become the most inclusive company of the world because we know everyone has something to offer. We just have to find out how to get the best out of everybody. What you see here, as far as the pictures go, is how we start to how we finish. These vehicles are modeled. We go through simulation. We test aerodynamics. We're looking at tires. We're looking at pit stop strategies. There's so much engineering in the background that happens before you get to see that car on race day, in which at the bottom you can see, of course, we love to see the Chevy emblem. We love to see those Corvettes and those Camaros running around the track. The engineering that goes in it is even better. Before I hop into interest in motorsports, I do just want to share that being a kid from the east side of Youngstown, I would have never imagined that I would be in motorsports. And I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all, never even cared about it. And I say that because I realized I just did not know that that opportunity was available. I got into this position because I was tapped on the shoulder by a mentor of mine that said, hey, you know what? This role is available. I've seen what you've done. You've led a lot of different things, a lot of different initiatives. I think you should go for it. You look like you would be a really good fit. And as soon as I seen this role and I saw NASCAR, I was like, well, when you think NASCAR, you don't see Tay. You don't see me. When you think NASCAR, you see the masses, right? So who am I not to go after that opportunity to kick open the door just to allow people who look like me to be able to come in and experience and gather as much as I have? So that's really one of the main pushes that had me going for going after this role. In addition to this being an area that has not been touched. I have no experience in racing. So that was another opportunity for me to get uncomfortable. My biggest fear is getting too comfortable. So with me having this opportunity, being able to go into a brand new place, being able to relocate from Michigan down to North Carolina for one, and starting with something that I have no idea about, that allowed me to take on my next level. That allowed me to open up and make room for my growth and to be eager to learn more and more and more, which is one of the things that I truly sit on is I have to learn. I have to keep learning. I will tell you in this role, every day, there's something new. I say that because, again, I wanted to use this opportunity to be able to expose you to the opportunities that we offer and let you know that they are not untouchable. You can get there. If I can get there, again, the girl from the east side of Youngstown, if I could get there, so can you. You can definitely go after these opportunities. And I wanted to share the ways that you can do that. So just like Chanel was mentioning earlier, there are different links to referrals that I know will be shared with you all as far as where you can go to get started if you are interested in motorsports. The first step, though, is to definitely start your journey in STEM: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There is no motorsports unless there's STEM. So really, if you have a drive and a passion for STEM, go for it and try to find your niche there. I named multiple different groups and different pillars that we work with in order to create a successful race car. And all of those areas are open and available for new talent to come in to learn and to help build our team and continue to keep us winning. So we have a partnership with the Urban Youth Racing School, General Motors and Urban Youth Racing School. And that is one of our initiatives to create exposure. So this is a school or it's basically a platform for people to get exposed who may not have. So this school focuses on preparation for racing. We go through all of the academic subjects. We go through all of the skills necessary for STEM careers, and then we relate those back to motorsports. Another program that we have is called Rev Racing. We are in partnership with Rev Racing, which is a part of NASCAR's Drive for Diversity program. So Rev Racing is helping to develop those female and minority teams and pit crew members to be able to be prepared to reach and go inside of the NASCAR world. Again, when I think NASCAR, I don't see Tay, but I hope that one day when somebody says NASCAR, we will. And that's what these programs are doing for us. So if you are truly interested in a career in motorsports, or if you are just wanting to know more about it, feel free to check out both of those two places, the Urban Youth Racing School as well as Rev Racing. And you can always go directly to the GM website. If you search GM Motorsports or Chevy Motorsports, any of that sort, you will see our website come up, and you can feel free to always glance, read, ask questions, all of that good stuff. And yes, you will have my contact information if you have any questions for me. And last but certainly not least, if we have college students who are on the live broadcast, on the call, or watching this video later down the line, and you are interested in just getting a taste of it, you want an internship to see, well, maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't, I'm not sure, visit search-career.gm.com. We have internships that are open and available for college students, sophomore and rising, to apply for and get that motorsports experience. Again, my purpose is to expose you and provide you with resources to help build our brand within GM Motorsports while helping to make General Motors the most inclusive company in the world. I was given this task, I think, simply because I was put in the role of leadership, management position. I have access to different things, and I want to be able to share that as we continue to grow and build our program and bring in that talent that people may not think is out there. So again, just a few things so you can see a little bit about me. like I said before, the only choice you have to make is the choice to be great. So in this collage of photos that I have here, I was able to participate in my very first Victory Lane celebration. That was my first race going to NASCAR by myself, no family, no nothing. That was my first race being there representing Chevrolet. And Daniel Suarez of the 99 car with Trackhouse won the race. And that was a huge moment in history. Daniel was the very first Mexican driver to ever win a Cup Series race while standing next to me, the very first African-American female in General Motors motorsports. That was huge. And being that we were able to just break this all at one time in one race in Sonoma, California, we weren't even home, being able to reach that level and to make that stamp and that mark on history, it just excites me so much for what we can do in the future, especially with a very much more diverse team, more diverse drivers, more diverse owners, more diverse engineers, just a well-rounded team within General Motors. On the left of that Victory Lane photo, I was nominated and I won the Woman of Color Award that was given to me in 2020, I believe it was. And that Woman of Color Award, that was for Technology Rising Stars. Someone seen something in me that sparked something in them and they made it known. So I was able to receive that. And it was such a good feeling to know everything that you do, someone sees it. Someone sees it. And there is, as long as you are doing the best that you can do and giving your all, that's exactly what you're going to get out of it. That award and that Victory Lane picture showed me that every sacrifice I made to continue to work hard no matter what and do my best will always pay off. And I mean always. Down at the bottom, I told you, I'm the danceneer. I'm the dancing engineer. I'm the girl that people look at. You don't know, you don't see engineer. Well, some people don't. They used to tell me, I never would have thought you were an engineer. But now there are people that are like, oh yeah, she's definitely an engineer. But when you look at me, I'm full of so many different things. I don't have to be just one thing. And I want to make sure everyone else understands that. At the bottom left, I am teaching a dance class at the STEMinista program at the Michigan Science Center. And that was a voluntary event. I had girls moving and they had a blast. They didn't realize that they were even working out until we finished dancing. Then they're like, Miss Tay, I'm hot. Miss Tay, I'm sweating. It's like, yeah, you had a blast, but you actually worked out. So that's what I do with my nonprofit, trying to impact those girls. And every time I think about something that I'm doing within my role, I think back to that photo. I think back to every kid that I have been able to come in contact with. And my goal is to leave a lasting impression on both the professional and personal side. All of those girls are interested in STEM. All of those girls have the opportunity to come up, to grow up, to go to school, to experience Rev Racing, to experience the Urban Youth School, and to become a member of GM Motorsports and go beyond. In the center picture at the bottom, I was invited back to my high school that I graduated from. And I was invited to be a keynote speaker. Funny enough, I had to sit back and think, what can I talk to them about? I'm still trying to figure out life. But what I've learned from my mentors, my loved ones, everyone around me, they reassured me that I have a story and I have a voice to be able to share that story. So that's exactly what I did. And then to the far right on the bottom, that is me tutoring. All of these photos are different versions of me, but it is everything that I do that creates the person who I am. This is Tay. All of these things. I don't have to choose one. I can do it all. And my experience within the STEM field, getting into motorsports, the opportunities are just limitless. There is no limit to how far you can go. You can keep going. You can keep striving as long as you have the right resources and as long as you go looking for the right things, which is another reason why I'm so happy that Chanel invited me here to be able to provide you with that. So before I open it up for any questions and we have a general conversation and open dialogue. I do want to give my information, and I know that this will be shared for everyone to be able to get to, but you can always find me on LinkedIn. You can visit my website for the nonprofit organization, and that is where my full bio is listed, as well as everything that we do within the community with the pop-up series. And you can always follow us on social media as well. I will tell you, this is just the very beginning. The pop-up series is only 5 years old. I've been at GM for a little over 6.5 years. I'm at the very beginning of what I'm going to become. And I'm so excited to see what that is. So I thank you for all of your time, all of the listening ears, and all of the comments. I love it. Love to see it. But I do want to open it up for you all now that I got through the world of tag.
I'm so excited. This is phenomenal. So first of all, we definitely want to show our wonderful guests some love. So please, let's see some fire emojis. Let's see some hand claps, y'all. So a queen emoji. Let's see a crown. This is phenomenal. Just the amount of advice, clarity, being able to even show us again, like paths to success are often nonlinear, and just allowing us to be able to embrace every aspect of who we are. I just found was so dynamic and important. So look, I guess this is more of like a personal question.
Yeah.
As we go through life, right, we have so many different spaces where we're starting to discover who we are. And we find that we have passions in different areas. What triggered you to begin to merge all of the things into one and kind of provide impact there?
That is a really good question. So what triggered me to combine everything that I'm doing really into one is the fact that I know I couldn't have done them all separately. That feeling of overwhelm where it's like, oh man, there's no way that I can just focus on this and then just focus on this and then just focus on this. I have to be able to put everything that I love together because I want to pour into each of those things. Now, of course, I was taught, well, you pick one thing, you stick with it, you excel, you grow, that's that. But that wasn't good enough for me. I know that I can go ahead and I could be successful in my engineering career, but what about the kids who also want to be engineers that look like me? What am I doing to help them? If I am able to reach, why can't I throw the rope and pull somebody else back up? If I'm able to climb, why can I not help anybody else do that? That was the purpose of the pop-up series. And then even integrating with DE&I within GM Motorsports. Again, I walk into the building, there's only one me. There's no one else that looks like me. Now, though people may find that intimidating, I look at it as an opportunity. That means that it's my job to be able to help bring in people that look like me. Because I know I am not the only talented engineer in the world that is an African-American female. I know I'm not the only one, but I do know that I was tapped for this opportunity. Of course, I had to go for it myself, but someone brought it to my attention, which is how I plan to do for others. I want to bring the opportunity to your attention so that you know that it is attainable. You can get it, and we have the resources to do it. Go for it.
Wow. Phenomenal answer to that question. I feel like a lot of times, and even for myself, I'm going to speak for myself, I am now feeling like I have permission to exist in various spaces. You know what I mean? Going through life, we always have space. We're always learning about ourselves, and we're always finding different passions. And so to be able, again, like you said, to mix my love, like for tech, mix my love for wealth building, mix my love for community, and kind of bringing it into like this Mentor Me collective has been so impactful. And so I thank you for giving us permission to do the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know that feeling where it's like, well, man, who am I to do? I had to go from saying, who am I to share advice when I'm still growing? But I had to flip that into, who am I to hold back my experience that may impact others? It's just a difference in tone. It really is just a difference in the tone. Not, well, who am I? It's, who am I not to do this? I was put here for a reason.
Wow. Phenomenal. We have a question from Dominique. So how can we get more of us in these spaces? What does advocacy look like?
Thank you, Dominique. So the way that we could get more of us in these spaces is really by exposure. It's all exposure. So if you are, I want to say, encourage people to try new things, encourage people to just take a second to review something else. And it all really starts with just what you watch on TV. Okay, the basketball game's not on. You want to play the game. Okay, what about this race? Look at that race real fast. What's that? Why is that something that we're not seeing in? Or you can always, if you are a mentor or a leader, or if you know of some potential or talent around you, you can always challenge them to tell you their interests. If someone says they have an interest in STEM or they love to work on cars, it's like, okay, you love to work on cars. What's your favorite part of the car? Have you ever thought about a race car? Did you know? So sharing those different points and those different tidbits is what I personally am trying to do to get more of us into the space. And again, make these opportunities available, sharing those links, make sure that you know that those things are posted to go after it. Even if you don't feel 100% qualified, still go for it, because you always have opportunity to learn.
I love that. So I hope that answers your question too, Dominique. So we have another question from another Dominique.
Okay.
And Dominique says, being one of the first in your industry, how do you maintain emotional wellness in a space that doesn't exactly foster that? That's a really great question.
That is a really, really good question. So Dominique, I will say that coming up in school as a undergrad, I was so used to being the only one. I went to a PWI, so I went to Youngstown State University, where I graduated with 2 of my 3 degrees. And I was used to being the only one in the room. I was used to being the only one that I looked like, and I became okay with it. So what really triggered that, I guess what really hit the nail on the head for me with knowing, like, okay, this is interesting, is facing adversity. And I will say that I began to realize and I began to see how others were treated around me. And I had to check those feelings within myself. So getting to your emotional wellness in a space that doesn't exactly foster that, I had to be okay with being me. I had to work on authenticity. I had to sit down and look at myself and truly believe that everything that I'm doing is the right thing that I'm supposed to be doing, regardless of who does not think I'm supposed to be in the room. And I often say I am a triple minority. Now, some people can see this as a triple threat, or some people can see it as a triple minority. All in all, I am young, I am Black, I am female. Those are 3 things that are of the minority. And because I hold that triple minority, I choose not to see it as a threat. If you are threatened by my presence of me walking into this room and trying to do the best that I can, that's a you problem.
Wow.
But keeping that in check and making sure that I am working with my mentors. I have mentors who are out here, women who are leading in the automotive industry, having people to lean on. They keep me in check when it comes to feeling down, because you do have those days where you look around and you just sometimes don't feel like you belong. But what my mentors have taught me is that it's not that I need to stay in my own lane. It's that I need to stay in my own story. I belong in my story. I don't belong in your story, or your story. I belong in mine. And that's going to feel uncomfortable. But I would rather be uncomfortable than too comfortable, because I'm allowing myself to grow.
Wow. So, like you guys said it again. It's not about being in the lane. It's you're in your own story.
I'm in my own story. It's not about staying in your own lane. It's about staying in your own story. People lane switch all the time. But when you are building your story, it's yours. You stay in that story. It is not your place to jump into somebody else's book of what they think that you should be. You're creating that story. You stay in your story.
Girl, if you ain't just take us to church.
Girl.
Word! You gotta let him use you. You gotta let him use you. You gotta
All
let
the
him.
time.
Girl,
All the time.
girl, honey, don't listen, honey, please. You hear me?
Yes,
That
ma'am.
was so powerful. Your own story. That's such a good point in terms of, and I'm gonna get to your question, the question here on the screen. But that's such a good point because when we think of lanes, right? You're too. That is true. We often think it's okay, or we want to. We sometimes come up with this thought process that it's okay for me to move or shift or even morph based upon what outside factors have presented themselves to me. So, for instance, when we're on the highway, we're driving, right? We'll move lanes if someone is slower in front of us.
Exactly.
You know, if there's rain, we'll slow down. Like there's so many different factors on the outside of us that may cause us to switch speeds or switch lanes or whatever the case may be. But when we think about our story and continuing to write that, there's only one way to continue, and that's just to continue to write.
Exactly. On your travels, you switch lanes whenever needed. In your story, you just add a new chapter. You keep going. Absolutely. I'm with
Wow! I'm not playing with you, girl. It's giving audiobook. It's giving
you are so
pay on Audible, okay?
Listen.
Next question. So you touched on this a little, but how do you go about maintaining your mental health in this space? What are some tips?
Very good question. So I am very calendar oriented, organized. That's just me. I'm an industrial engineer by trade. So anything that is eliminating bottlenecks and organizing the flow, I love it. So what I do to maintain my mental health is ensure that I am doing things that I love. That's where my nonprofit comes into place. Because yes, life gets hectic. Every week we're racing from February to November. There's always something that's happening. And it's so easy to get so vested and overwhelmed in that. And then I'm tutoring students and trying to help them through math. It's so easy. But my outlet is through dance. My outlet is giving back to the community. My outlet is by mentoring others, by doing things like this where I'm like, okay, yep, I'm on the right path because I get to share something that someone else may have never seen. And with the nonprofit organization, again, promote a healthy lifestyle while having fun through dance. I love to do hip hop. I was a cheerleading coach, dance line coach, certified coach, all that good stuff. Like I have certifications for this. I love to do it. So yes, that means me taking a break and doing a TikTok in the other room. Yes, that means me getting out the house and getting some fresh air. So I just have to set aside that Tay time. What I have in my journal, and one of my journals that I write in all of the time, on my planner for each week, every other day, there's MMT, is morning me time. And that is my time to say, okay, let's reflect. Instead of just getting up and going straight to the job, let me make sure that I actually work out this morning. Let me make sure that I stretch this morning. Let me make sure I meditate this morning. Let me take that time to wind up and make sure that I take that time to wind down. Your mental health is everything. As a person who deals with anxiety, especially in a fast-paced world, people would think that that's next to impossible to do. But as long as you have that outlet of things that you are truly passionate about, and you have that, I could walk away and I could just do this without thinking, you will be fine. So having those outlets, make sure that you find something that you love, pick up a healthy habit, a very, very healthy habit. And again, it can be whatever. Go for a walk to your mailbox. Just stand up or sing your song as loud as you can, your favorite song. Make sure you stretch. Before every class that I used to teach with the DAPSET program, which is a Detroit-based program, we had intro to engineering and algebra. The first 5 minutes of every class, the students knew, all right, we're about to stretch with Miss Tay. Yep, let's go ahead and stretch because I knew y'all just rolled out of bed. Come on, let's stretch. Let's stretch it out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Get the blood pumping. And it's just those little subtle things that we do for ourselves that will allow you to keep going.
That is amazing. I am so inspired, and I even me myself challenged to do the same. I know it is very very, very, very oftentimes.
Mhm.
I just jump right in, right? I might, I wake up, I say my prayers, I might read my Bible here and then, and sometimes let me get a little skim. But you're right. We need to prioritize us time. This is
Absolutely.
that Dominique, my chief strategy officer, is always telling me to do. Like, what did you do for yourself today? So I really appreciate your outline here and how you are able to kind of show up for yourself. So
absolutely, you have to be a priority. You have to be the top priority, because if you are not good, then nothing you do or nothing you are around will be good. You got to make sure you're good. It starts with you. And no, it's not selfish. It's not selfish at all. You have control over your story, like we said earlier. You have the right to dictate who's in your space. When it comes to dealing with people, you got to watch that. You got to protect your peace. Do not let anybody into the bubble of your energy that is going to suck out of it. Do not do that. You have to make sure that you put in for you. And if you don't, if I start slacking, who am I going to be mad at other than myself? I got to hold myself accountable. So it really comes down to accountability and making sure that you put yourself first.
Wow. Well, y'all, I hope you feel blessed, honey, because I feel like I don't went to service. This is absolutely phenomenal. Even Dominique said here that she just loves that. She loves being the thoughts around being authentically ourselves and committing to our own purpose. So I'm so honored to have you. I know that Tay, put up all the things here for you to follow her on. Please go ahead and show her some love. I'm about to go ahead and follow you on all platforms myself. Super excited. Hopefully, possibly we can do like an MMC collab.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Giving. We're trying to get Boaz ready.
Yes. Listen, all of it. And as we have programs and things that are coming up within General Motors, I will definitely be sure to share. It's groups like this that has reached to different audiences, and this is how we're going to change the world, really.
Wow, oh my goodness. Y'all got so blessed. Thank you so much, so much for being a part. We're so honored, and again, just so blessed to have you. Again, folks, go ahead and follow her on all her social medias, and also make sure that you connect with her on LinkedIn. This is going to be the final series, for the final session in this series. So we do appreciate you all for rocking with us. We will be having more series and sessions happening next month, which will be the month before our Work Tech Summit. So please, if you haven't already, go ahead and grab your ticket at the apexsummit.org. It is absolutely free. We look forward to seeing you all there. And with that, we say good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you.